yo, Mayuri, put the drugs down. Put the drugs down. I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad lately, and I know the drugs ain't good for you. So put the fucking drugs down right now, Mayuri. Like, seriously, like, this motherfucker just loves, and I mean he loves experimenting with those drugs of his, and it's like, even as well, he's like tampering with his freaking Zanbak toe. So we see for this like that it's pretty much Hitsugaya, zombie version versus Mayuri, and he's pretty much like planned pretty much to everything. He's like, oh, I've installed a sensor to power like all your attacks. Like if anything comes like 2 inches near me between my sword with a Saoki Jizo, it's like, oh look, you're trying to use me without a sword. Oh, it's like block that, and it's like literally Mayuri just doesn't get no remorse for Hitsugaya whatsoever. That he blows his leg off. Like, it just completely blows it off, and it's like, okay, like, Mayuri, you fucking evil bastard. Guys, I thought you'd have still a little bit of, like, feelings for, like, one of your fellow captain members, but I guess that's sure, like, Mayuri. I guess, like, Mayuri and also Kenpachi, like, if something really happened to their captain members, I don't think either one, Kenpachi wouldn't give a shit, say they're weak, and Mayuri would be like, ooh, good here, do experiments to, like, take on. And one thing that you notice as well, that during this is that Hitsugaya can actually still talk. He can still use Bankai as well. Like we saw him go into like Hyoli Maru like immediately and just pretty much wrecks Mayuri. And it's like, wait, is that the end of the fight? Does Mayuri just get absolutely bopped? But it's like, no. Isn't that? It's like, yo, one of those drugs that he was able to take is a very weird one of that. And it's able to see the future and sees all different versions of how he takes it out. And it's like, every time that Mayuri dies, it's pretty much restarts the time, and it's like, yo, what the fuck's happening? It's even like starting to have side effects on him by the more times that he keeps going back in time, like he going down on the floor for like 30 seconds with just a little paralysis, and it's like, I just love Mayuri at the end of this chapter as he was just there, smirking. There's but when did I give you the drug? Like that, we'll find out when you go back in time. Bye. Like, he fucks with Hitsugaya and he's like, oh, I'm still glad you can talk and all that. It's like, definitely I think as well, maybe one thing he might be testing is like his humanity as well. Like maybe he might see if there's still some way to salvage the human side out of Hitsugaya or something, because pretty much like he is just a zombie right now, and it's like, I don't know, maybe he can extract the soul or something, I don't know, since they're already in society, so maybe he can like purify or like transform Hitsugaya, because he got turned into a zombie before he died, so there's still that thing to be answered. It's like very interesting chapter. I'm still wondering about a lot of things that are happening in this one, because when you're going back in time, like overall, like with this chapter, it was getting confusing as fuck. But it's like, yo, Mayuri, put the drugs down. That's all I need to say in this chapter. You need to put those drugs down. You need to slice them up and get this shit done with. Overall, it was a very interesting chapter. I really did like what this fight between Mayuri and Hitsugaya going on, and I imagine this probably going to be concluded like next week or the week after or something. I don't imagine that this fight is going to be too long, but overall, this was a really enjoyable chapter. I'm going to give this one like 7.5 out of 10, but that's all for me. I also thank you for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys next time. Remember, Strala Panda.